I took GRE in 2017 and scored 164 in quantitative and 159 in verbal. And after completing 2 master's degrees from US, here's my 5-step strategy on how you should approach taking GRE today for your master's and PhD admissions in US. Step 1. Do you even need to take GRE? There are 2 ways you can avoid GRE and still get admissions and funding for your graduate degree. Number 1. Before COVID, almost every graduate universities in US religiously required GRE. But today, in 2025, many universities have begun to make GRE entirely optional, or they have introduced ways to substitute GRE with alternative evidence to demonstrate academic excellence, such as for the Masters in Business Administration program at University of Michigan. I can even make a case that for any major, there is a university that would not require taking GRE, but you will have to search for them. After just 15 minutes of online search, I was able to find highly ranked universities for these 4 majors that offer master's degrees and don't require GRE. If I can do that for a YouTube video, you should be able to do the same for your graduate education. Number 2. This strategy comes into play when you have already secured a graduate assistantship with a professor. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch this video first. But basically, a graduate assistantship means the professor has agreed to hire you as an assistant on condition that you are able to secure the admission. In that case, even in those universities that require GRE, you can email your future faculty advisors and ask if they can waive GRE for you. Since they have already agreed to hire you, it's in their interest as well that you are able to get the admission. You would be surprised how much influence sometimes the professors have when it comes to admissions, including the power to waive GRE even though the university requires it. This strategy, although has a very slim chance of working out, but it can happen. It doesn't hurt to try it. Step 2. Set a target score. This is a fatal mistake that many students make, thinking that a higher score is always better, but that is not true. The right way to approach this is to look at the average or minimum GRE scores required by the program you're applying to and simply trying to achieve that score. For example, the University of Tennessee, Knoxville has explicitly mentioned on their Masters in Civil Engineering website that the minimum GRE score required is 300, and for financial aid, a higher score is helpful. There is absolutely no point in aiming to get a higher score, such as a 335, when the program you're applying to would admit you with 300. I have seen students spending weeks and months of preparation to get the highest possible score when they don't need it. They would even delay their admission application thinking that their GRE preparation is inadequate. The objective of taking GRE should not be to get the highest possible score. It should be to get a passable score that would get an admission in the graduate program of your choice. If your desired program needs a high score, so be it. If not, why spend weeks and months to needlessly prepare for this brutal test? And this problem is made worse by many of the online GRE preparation platforms that do not advise students on the importance of setting a target score before beginning preparation. Some even constantly push students to aim for high GRE scores even then there is no need. So how do you set a target score? You can do this by going to your desired program's website and searching for information on GRE scores, just like I showed earlier for University of Tennessee. Different programs can have different GRE scores, even at the same university. Okay, so step number 3, take a mock test. When you register for GRE online account, you get 2 free full-length practice exams. It is extremely important that you take one exam before starting the preparation. The score from this mock test will give you an idea of where you stand without any preparation. You compare this with the target score you set up in the previous step, and you can easily see how much preparation you need to meet that target. Okay, step number 4. Schedule GRE. After taking the mock test, I highly advise that you should schedule GRE test before starting the preparation. I have seen students who spend so long in preparing for the test that they always feel nervous how incomplete their preparation is, that they delay scheduling and taking the test for a long time. If you have set a target score and taken the mock test, you already know how much you need to improve your score. Then you consider your personal circumstances and figure out how many hours per week you can spare for GRE preparation. And from that analysis, you can get a pretty good idea how many weeks or months it will take you to prepare for GRE. I will give my personal example here. When I took GRE back in 2017, I set a target score of 320 and above for myself, and in the mock exam I got 300. So I knew that I need to improve by 20 points at least. At that time I was not working, so I had plenty of time every day to study for GRE. I scheduled the exam for after 5 weeks and studied every day for it and took the test and got 323. If I was working a full-time job, for example, I would have figured that 5 weeks of preparation is not enough, and I would need closer to 3 months maybe to achieve my target score. I would go to the ETS website and schedule a date that is 3 months in the future. The main takeaway is to commit to a test date early. It can be 2 weeks or 6 months, but schedule and pay for the test date early, and then strive to complete the preparation by the test date. Okay, step number 5, preparation and test day experience. Since GRE is mostly offered online, I would recommend not using any paper books or tests. There are many online platforms that are great. I personally use Magosh GRE Prep, but that was in 2017. I don't know how good they are now. Maybe you can post a question in Reddit and get some suggestions. So about the test day, take appropriate identification documents. This is extremely important. The test centers are very strict about that, and they would not let you take the test without proper ID. You can easily find a list of acceptable identification documents on ETS website. Different countries have different requirements, so please take a look at this and make sure you take the proper identification document on test day. ETS also lets you send your scores to 4 universities for free right after you finish the test. Before the test, make a list of 4 universities you want to send the scores to. Then after finishing the test, you will immediately see your unofficial test scores, and on the next screen, the system will ask you if you want to send your GRE score to 4 universities free of cost. Make sure you avail this opportunity, because after you leave the test center, sending your scores to any university will cost a fee. So this is my 5-step strategy for taking GRE today for graduate studies in US. I hope you learned something new. Please subscribe for more videos about fully funded graduate admissions in US. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.